It's insane.
But in those days you had to do that. You had to go across because it was the experience of it.
Also, I mean, as much as you love the country you're from, Australia at the time was a very small, very underpopulated place with not a lot of market or reach. And
mate, we couldn't get. You've got to have a green slip to get into America, and we couldn't get that, unfortunately, because Australia, they just wouldn't let Australians in at that particular time until Glenn Wheatley later on took Little River Band across later on and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that kind of industry protectionism, I often found that to be contrary to American ideals, but nonetheless, here we are talking about it. So you come back to Australia and you've changed a lot. So how did you manage this? I mean, I imagine it'd be like winning an Olympic gold medal, and then you've got to come back to reality, come back to the real life where the washing still needs to be done, and you've still got to feed yourself, and your cat still won't talk to you.
Well, and you're getting older, and you're going, hey, now.
Just for the record, no, we're not.
No, that's true. That's true. But we did look. Colin and I, when we came back, we started another band, and we were doing okay. We did, it was we were going along fine, and then we had a big car accident, and Colin was on death's door for a while, and we almost pulled him through, but no.
At least 9 out of 10, and I'm still here.
And
worse than a cat, really.
I was in hospital for a while, but and that disrupted us for a year or two, and so and as you say, look, and then you get into other things. I started an event management company, and we had our own record company and all that sort of stuff, and you do off the path, and that's why I believe that we are now back on the path, well and truly again with our new band.
Which is kind of leading me where I was going to go. I've often found with the people that I talk to in the music industry is that once you're in for life. There's some point in your developing in your formative years where you think, this is what I want to do, and eventually they cart you out in a pine box doing that. Is that true? Is that, I mean, you have all these peripheral businesses like management companies, and they're all great and groovy and fine, but inevitably the siren song of the stage.
There's nothing like that.
No, there isn't.
I'll be carrying that in a pine box, mate. That's for certain.
Well, we mightn't get pine, but
we might get.
It'll be coated in leather. It'll have leather on it. Trust me.
Might be fiberglass or something. I don't know. I mean, at the time.
So tell me a little bit about how the band's been received. I mean, this is as I said before, we do a lot of tribute bands, and they do an absolutely fantastic job. But you guys have taken it a step further, and you've also brought to bear your own personal experience within it. Now that sort of gives it a kind of street cred that not a lot of people can bank on.
Yeah.
How has that been received by audiences today? I mean, I know you're going to appeal to people of our demographic and our age, but how do people like under 30 relate to this? Do they have some concept of what you do and who you are?
You have no idea, mate.
Yeah, no.
Well, we did this gig last night, and these two young people wouldn't let me off stage. They had to shake my hand before I would get off the stage.
It's really surprising because we when we started this band, we thought, look, we don't know how it will go. We'll give it a go and see. And from the get go, it's been we've just been getting sellout shows, and people, and the young people, a lot of young people love the old music.
Because their parents bring them along to see the show because they want to see the show. Running into Vanessa and Roger was the best thing that ever happened in our life.
Yeah.
I mean, we just took it.
I'm going to ask them that later. You do realise this better have integrity.
Yeah, well, it might be.
She's a very pretty lady, except for the him. I don't know about him, but
that mightn't be reciprocal.
Oh no!
But we were. No, we were very fortunate that we all met up. As we said, we did meet up at Jim Keith's funeral and said, look, we've got to do something. And we've never looked back since then because, Vanessa sings up a storm. Roger, great musician, plays on the show, plays violin.
Next interview.
Sorry. No, but look, and so it is great to form up with those guys and we all have our experiences. As I said, Roger was in Stevie Wright's band, Vanessa sang Tamworth, all that sort of stuff, and she's been in lots of rock bands at the time. so the fit, it was an incredible fit, you know, and we have fun on stage. We just all have fun. It's like a family.
As I said, we were talking for a little bit off camera before we started the interview, and that's the impression I got, is that this is about having a good time. I mean, I know we have the props and that kind of stuff, but in all seriousness, without the music, gee, you are well.
Mate, Bob, this one's for you, mate.
It's about inevitably having fun on stage and sort of showing the audience that this is about fun, this is about enjoyment, this is about celebrating the good parts of life.
And I think the audience, they get it, you know, and they start singing along to all the songs.
It's very good.
Absolutely. You know, so,
Don't worry, I'll be one of them.
So everybody seems to have a good time at a Dead Singer Band Lost Legends showcase thing, you know. So
Absolutely.
I usually put you guys, Johnny, on the spot, but I'm going to ask you each a different question.
Okay.
I need to know which band in all your sort of years has impressed you the most, and what was the best gig you ever played and why? So you get one question each. You can organise it amongst yourselves. This is going out to millions of people out there on TV and the internet. So.
Which band?
I'll take the other one.
All right, you take the other one.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Which one do you answer?
No. Well, the best. Look, probably my favourite band has been. Well, how can you say favourite? Because I love Pink Floyd. I loved them. I saw them play at Wembley Arena. They were just incredible, and they had a surround sound system, and they were doing Dark Side of the Moon, and it was just going around and around.
You know.
And I also and for excitement and stuff like that, the Who always they just came out and knocked me away. We'd see them all the time in England, you know, and they were just so out there all the time, you know, and just such excitement. So that's my favourite.
What was the other one?
The best gig you've ever played, or the worst gig you've ever played. Why?
Last night.
No, get away with that. You don't get away with that bland-ass answer. You got to know.
Best gig I ever played. That's really, that's such a difficult.
All right, the worst gig, the biggest disaster.
The biggest disaster. Probably when we did. I think it was. What was the show we did, Roger? It was a...
The Domain.
No. Oh, The Domain was not a good one. But the other one, when we started the same song twice. What was that one? Where was that at?
Same song twice.
Yeah, it was Expo.
Oh, Expo. Oh,
and we started the same song twice. We just finished one and we started exactly the same thing again. I tuned the drums in the afternoon, and this guy had to come along and did the support. And he tuned his drums his way. It was sound. I thought, what a load of. But the thing was, wow, it was a disaster. You know.
So the lesson I'm taking from this is that listen to Pink Floyd and the Who, and that everyone, no matter how good you are, has a crap gig once in a while. So next time I screw up Royal on stage, you heard it here first, okay?
But
He probably doesn't. This man's very, very good.
Yeah. But can I just say that actually this band that we're in now is my favourite band of all time. We've been in, you know, Throb Masters, Colin's been in AC/DC, stuff like that. But I really do believe that this band is my favourite band. So.
Gentlemen, thank you very, very much for
Great.
being on the show today. It's been an honour to meet you both.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, without stating the bleeding obvious, you must check this show out. You must check out the Lost Legends show. This is incredible. Thoroughly recommend it. We'll see you back in the studio, gang.